Things I learned growing up with a hot mom.
Featuring me, bitch.
This is our credentials. Azure rated 2 bad bitches, was raised by a bad bitch, and is not even 50 yet. A good pair of jeans is an investment.
If they fit right, you can justify the price. Music on all the time.
Fill the room with energy. Support your community and support local. We rarely did chain restaurants growing up.
Quality over quantity.
That goes for close food and friends.
Being nice can get you farther than being a bitch.
But sometimes being a bitch can get you what you want. Know your audience. Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself and for others.
Take care of others and they'll take care of you.
Tip the bartenders, tip the valet, and make friends with the staff. My friends make fun of me because I make friends with every security guard I meet. Find a good hair oil that works for you.
And don't let it go.
More hot mom lessons to come.
These are some of my psychology tricks that I've learned that are going to help you stop overthinking and start learning to detach from things. When you're in these situations, you're anxious, you're overthinking, you have to stop and start asking yourself, okay, what would I do if I didn't care? What would I be doing right now if I was detached? What would the detached best version of me be doing? And then you have to force yourself to do that. And I know that that's really hard, but you have to fake it. You have to act, and you have to act and act and act until it becomes your default. And force yourself, because it's a decision, to be secure. And you have to tell yourself, I'm not going to overthink this. I'm not going to let myself think this way. And force yourself until it becomes natural. The brain is neuroplastic and it will change. There's a mechanism that exists in the brain called sensory gating. The brain's ability to filter out what it doesn't need, what's useless to it. And besides the fact that human beings are just very egocentric, we can only see things from our perspective. We're very concerned about ourselves. Other people are not sitting there thinking about your embarrassing moment, about that weird thing that you said or you did, because they literally can't. Their brain eventually will filter it out. If you ever start comparing yourself to someone else, ask yourself, if this person and I were to throw all of our problems, life experiences, good, bad, ugly, everything, out onto a table and you could see all of it, would you really trade lives with them? No. You're comparing yourself to an idealized version of them you've created in your head. It's not real. Ask yourself, am I spiraling or am I solving? When you're talking about your problems and your emotions, 90% of the time it needs to be in a solution-oriented way. Otherwise, you just end up overthinking yourself into a spiral and you're not actually achieving anything or getting anywhere. Energy flows where attention goes. So if all of your attention is on how horrible and awful and difficult this thing is, that's what's gonna grow. You have a very strong threat detector in your brain, and this is because when we were cavemen, like hunting and foraging for food, if you saw an apple in the forest for you to eat, because you're trying to feed yourself, but then a saber-toothed tiger came in, your brain is gonna be way more focused on the saber-toothed tiger every single time because it's a threat. And so you're trying to protect yourself. Your survival is gonna be much more important than what's feeding you. And so you have to recognize that pattern when you get into situations like, I'm focusing so much more on the tiger and on the thing that I think is like hurting me or threatening me than what could be feeding me out of the situation. And you have to force yourself and force your brain to start thinking differently and ask yourself, what is feeding me? Like, what am I getting out of this? Because there has to be something. And maybe it's a lesson. Maybe it's, oh, I'm gonna get so much more attractive after this. Or maybe this is forcing me to become more secure in myself. Maybe this is forcing me to become better with rejection. But figure out what is feeding you and dissect that instead. It's a puzzle, not a problem. There are so many things that you have control over in this life, but everything going according to plan A is not one of them. And I don't know if you've noticed, but life is rarely gonna go the way that you think it's going to. And so it's really all about how you learn to deal with plan B. And that is really hard.
Everything that you want is waiting for you. The reason why you daydream about your future and the things that you see for yourself is because that future exists. It is waiting for you. This is the law of the universe. You have to trust that and you have to go ahead and fight for the future that you want. It sounds so witchy woo and cliche, but guys, honestly, if you told me that I would have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and that in my 20s, this year, I went to New York City and people recognized me. They were like, are you Luma? It was incredible. I met some of my subscribers on the other side of the world. So trust me and take it from me because I'm living proof of this. The things that you want are out there for you and what's meant for you is yours. Believe that and trust it. You can manifest. When are you going to realize that people are going to paint you out to be the villain and are going to make you feel insane simply just for having boundaries and saying a very simple no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get with you. I don't want to give you this. And I don't want to let you manipulate me into thinking that I owe you something that you do not deserve. You will encounter people that will be upset when you don't benefit them. You know what happens a lot in dating and in situationships? You will encounter a person that loves the attention from you, that loves the energy that you're giving them of like, just, I need you, I want you, I'm obsessed with you. They love that. They love to feel wanted and loved, but they don't want to reciprocate, and they're not willing to lock it down for you. They're not willing to hang up their jersey. They still want to go out there and talk to other people. Why would you deal with that? Listen, I care about you guys, and I want you guys to have the most amazing year filled with so much love and abundance. You, unfortunately, will never experience this dealing with toxic people that use you. These people that don't make you feel good right now will never make you feel good, so stop making excuses for them.
And I hate when people say loud. Am I talking that loud? No. People are like, she's so loud. I'm like, am I loud? Or am I just speaking about something that maybe you don't want to hear because you don't like change? And we need change.
Okay. But you're not all that. Humble yourself. Honey, humble for who? For you? Who are you?
I really protect my peace like you've never seen before. I protect my peace like there's no tomorrow, babes. I have my walls up so high, I don't trust anybody, anyone at all. I really miss when I used to be quite naive and just trust everyone, because I feel like it's really hard to reach me, and I feel like sometimes people feel like they don't connect to me easily. And I don't love that. Mustn't be very pleasant, but I think it's just because of like the way that people can use you or f you over, and the way that people have just shown me their true colors. Like, you just never really know who to trust, you know what I mean? So you have to have
Stop being so fucking afraid. What are you so afraid of? Like, are you afraid of other people's opinions? Are you afraid of, what is it? That's what it's gotta be, because if you fall, all you do is get up and try again. Like, that's literally what it is. You gotta stop being so hard on yourself and stop like limiting yourself so much. No limit exists except the limit that you create in your mind. Trust me. If you're gonna limit yourself,
a bad bitch would not beg anyone. They wouldn't panic over anyone. None of it. I could never go. So if you switch up on me, of course I'm gonna be sad. I'm a human being, okay? There's a one true issue of being a human being, is that we have our emotions that we deal with. If someone hurts my feelings, I will acknowledge that I'm a human. I'm gonna be sad over it, maybe grieve a friendship. Friendship breakups are hard. Normal breakups are hard too, you know? But like, there's no one that's irreplaceable. I'm not gonna beg for you. Why would I? There's so many people, there's so many places. I'm gonna save my coin, book myself a trip, and go make a new friend. Go find a new boyfriend. There is no one that is irreplaceable. Don't.
You are buying a house? Zip it. You are purchasing a car? Zip it. You are going on a vacation? Zip it. You are going to get your degree? Zip it. You got promoted? Zip it. You have a good man? Zip it. You have a good woman? Zip it. 99% of the time, the reason that our dreams don't come true when they are supposed to is because we open our mouth too soon to the wrong people at the wrong time.
If your happiness depends on the actions of others, you're at mercy of things that you can't control. And that's never where I want to be. So I always want to live in my higher goddess, my higher self. Like, I always want to live there, knowing that when I'm there, you can't take that away from me. That's mine. And no matter what, you can disagree with me, you can agree with me. I'm not changing, I'm not shifting. I'm here, I'm in my higher goddess. So I always live by like holding my happiness and not letting anyone else affect it.
Let me tell you what's really hot. Not the waist, not the lashes, not the outfit. Hot is a woman who's done the inner work. She doesn't need attention to feel validated. She doesn't chase. She attracts by walking in purpose. Hot is a woman who's mastered her mindset. She can walk through fire and still come out praying. She can be overlooked and still show up excellent. She's not ruled by cravings, mood swings, or opinions. She's led by vision. You think confidence is built in the mirror? No, it's built in the moments nobody sees. When you choose discipline over distractions. When you say no to what feels good and yes to what grows you. That kind of woman She's rare, unbothered, unshaken, unstoppable. That's more than pretty. That's power.